It's Giga hauling time, but this one is a little different because I just got back from a nearly 2-week Spain trip and I have returned enlightened. I got new theories on the cars collecting hobby, the whole universe, movies, all of that. But I also kind of came back with a lot of cars. Not all of this is from Spain, but whew, there's a lot here. All right, part 33, here we are. Really excited to get into this one. And I know I say that literally every time, but how could I not? There's always something unique and intriguing in my Giga hauls, and that just speaks to the wonderful cars community that we have, because most of those things are custom made by people and fans within the community. I'm actually looking at 2 of them right now that I guarantee you guys will be absolutely astonished about. And as for my Spain trip, I truly do have some new opinions about the hobby. I'm sure they'll come up in future videos, primarily case unboxings and reveals, but I was a little taken aback that seeing how cars are sold and presented in a different part of the world really did change some of the things I consistently say in my videos that you just simply won't really hear me saying anymore. And we'll obviously get to that in the future, but let's dive into Giga Haul part 33 here with one of probably the most popular items that a lot of you guys, I'm sure, will be after yourselves, if not already have in your collection. And that is the newly debuted factory custom tank coat racing tractor. This was originally supposed to be released by Mattel in late 2019, early 2020, got canceled along with the no stall and combustor tractors. Now, unlike those 2 that I just said, the Disney store actually made an attempt at the tank coat tractor, along with mood springs, clutch aid. They might have done another one there as well. They did not do no stall or combustor though. They did do tank coat, so it kind of takes the shine off this a little bit because we do already have a die-cast rendition of a tank coat tractor, and I think I actually have a custom from Jim Scavenger of this, which also kind of brings it down a peg, but this makes it super accessible to most people. I mean, it's literally like $8-10 on eBay and AliExpress, which is a major win. It looks pretty good. This one in particular, the eyes are kind of ripply and the decals are not placed great, but everything else looks good. And I actually bought a couple of them just in case of an issue like this where the quality, is not wonderful, which, I mean, I guess I really shouldn't be saying that about any factory customs. The quality is never going to be wonderful, but there is a lot of variance to them. Like, you could get lucky, you can get unlucky. This one looks a little bit better. Like, you could see that left corner there of his right eye. Yeah, the whites of the eyes are within the black outlines of the windshield, so that's a plus right there already off the bat. So very cool. I'll definitely review this guy at some point, but definitely, yeah, I mean, know some people stay away from factory customs, whatever. Obviously they're not legitimate or anything, but hey, if Mattel's going to go ahead and cancel some of these amazing characters or cars or variants or whatever that we want, I don't see an issue in just going ahead and taking advantage of what's being sold. Hey, I mean, it's been going on for over a decade, right? Like, it's legal to some extent. Like, hey, Mattel didn't want it happening. They would have stopped it. They've been sold legally on eBay and other platforms for over a decade. So that's my 2 cents on that issue. I got a bunch of these carded mini racers in from Astro Smokey, and I really am a big fan of the new artwork that they've given the 2025 mini racers line here. I have some of the 3-packs I'll show you guys here soon as well. Just love the aesthetic they're going for with the animated minis here. It almost makes me like want some sort of mini racer short, or I mean, I guess, yeah, I don't want a movie. Don't want a series. A short would be fine. Like, I think that would be cute, low budget. It would be easy to do, I would say, in this same aesthetic. I think that'd actually be awesome. But yeah, you got a bunch of the great characters there, and they put Rotor up there. That's creative. They put Tractor back there. They even put Todd the Pizza Planet truck. They know that he's the cameo guy, so they slot him all the way there in the back behind Wingo. So yeah, I'm a huge fan of that. And I thought, I'm not going to get all of the minis that they're doing carded. That would just be excessive. But Lizzie's a really nice grab. And yeah, the backs of these are just black and white kind of cardboard aesthetic. That's just kind of how they go. Here's one that was released last year, the Rust-eze Wrap Fillmore, which is one of the rare mini racers actually on the market right now. I don't know why, it just has been kind of in limited quantities the few times that he has been released. I think this might have only been his second release, but yeah, really cool mini, and I actually have a few more of them that we'll get to here. Let's just rip through all of them, shall we? I really wish these were sold in the States. Honestly, well, let's just start with I wish mini racers, the singles, were sold at more places in the United States. I guess beggars can't be choosers, right? I have to go 30 minutes south of me to a Kroger just to maybe have a chance at finding a full, or at least somewhat full, of a mini racers like assortment box, you know what I mean? Whereas I can go to like Jewel Osco's, they have the mini boxes, but they only put out like 3 to 4 at a time, or I don't know, maybe they only get in a handful, maybe they're distributed to all the Jewels in the area, like one box goes to like 4 locations. I don't know how it works, but either way, it's a pain in the rear end. And yeah, I mean, at least at Kroger, you have the chance of seeing like the full assortment, right? The full case, as you do with HEBs down in Texas. I learned that firsthand and enjoyed it heavily. Here's Wingo, which is another one that I thought would be pretty cool to get on the card here. I only got like the best ones, obviously. Todd, the Pizza Planet truck, being probably the best one, just like we were talking about. Really nice, really nice. But the mini racers line is not what it used to be. They don't release nearly as many new ones as they have in the past. And it's kind of sad. Here's Red, another more coveted mini. It really is sad because I remember there were years where I would do 2 to 3 unboxing videos and there'd be like 20 new mini racers at times. And it was awesome. I enjoyed it. It was a nice little sideline. Maybe when the 155 scale diecasts were in a little bit of a lull, which happens frequently. I also snagged GRC, Raul, and Jackson, which might have been a mistake because these are actually very common in terms of the boxes. Like, I can actually find these at Jewel. Like, these are the ones that I see at Jewel. I even have like their numbers memorized because of how often I see them. I think they're like 37, 39 or something. They're like in the high 30s. And yeah, I mean, that just speaks to how many of them are actually included in the cases. But since they were new, I thought it would be cool to get them on this card. Plus, this is the card art with GRC, McQueen, and Francesco. So it's fitting. I'm a big enthusiast of the GRC artwork as well. Then the minis, I mean, yeah, I mean, they're clearly investing in them if they're doing all this nice artwork. So why not release a few more new ones? I mean, here we have the first wave of 2025 3-packs that has been showing up at Target stores in mass. And there's not a single new mini in any of these 5 3-packs, which is ludicrous. It's just kind of like a reshuffling and a repackaging of stuff we got last year. So you have the GRC Jackson, Miguel Todoroki here. And again, I absolutely adore the artwork. And now you have it in a bigger scale. So you can really get a good look at some of these guys. The yellow Ramones, a nice touch. Fabulous Hudson Hornet. Fillmore's expression is perfect. But what we have, like the meat and the potatoes, is not great. Sure, the aesthetic and the packaging, but we want new minis, guys. Now, I will say this is a really novel trio here. Snot Rod, Wingo, DJ. Like, that is pretty cool to have 3 tuners at once. Whereas in the past, they've been, you know, maybe giving us 2 tuners or just 1 and throwing in like a sheriff or a mater. Kind of tainting the vibe. But having 3 in the same pack is pretty cool. And yeah, I mean, why not put Boost in there? And then you'd have 1 new mini. It would sell like crazy. I don't know, guys. I don't understand it at all. And by the way, I misspoke. There are only 4 packs in this wave. I bought 2 of the DJ Snot Rod Wingo 1, naturally. And that's why I thought there were 5. This one's the worst one, not only because it just doesn't make sense. Brick Yardley in with Cars 1 McQueen and the Cars 1 flagless flag waiver Dexter Hoover here. I understand why they didn't put the flag on him, but I'm just making a haha. But yeah, Cars 3 character, Cars 1 characters in Cars 1 paint job on McQueen there. So not fond of that, but it is what it is. At least they got the stock image right there. Are they like subtly telling us that Brick Yardley appears somewhere in Cars 1? Are they saying that James Clean Air is not so? I don't know. Here we have the final pack, GRC McQueen, Mater, and Carla Veloso. This is a new combo wombo, as Mater was previously only available in a single. And I think I think it was just the single, or was he in the 10-pack? I can't remember. I think it might have been just the single, guys. I don't know. But he was not in a 3-pack. Fairly certain of that. I just haven't been paying attention to the minis. I mean, that GRC 10-pack was cool, but I don't know. I mean, even that, it's not like those are any characters that we were highly anticipating, like Boost. I think a lot of us really, really would like to see Boost. Now, while we're on the topic of mini racers, let's address these amazing customs here in the background. Yeah, I mean, it's self-explanatory. This is the T-Rex skeleton from the Dino Park episode of Cars on the Road in a mini racer form. I will do a designated review on this at some point, but you're going to get a little tease of it here in the Giga Haul, or maybe, I don't know, maybe that video will come out before this, because I record these Giga Hauls way in advance, usually, of when they actually get released. But yeah, Lap and Run Custom Studio. I'll talk a lot more about the customizer and all that in the designated video, but a little tease here, the fact that they made their own custom packaging for this as well. Like, this literally looks like something that could be hanging on the pegs in a store. You got the 2024 Snipe up here. It's absolutely incredible, guys. Like, the creativity, the intricacy, the craftsmanship. Obviously, a lot of 3D printing goes into all this, but it looks perfect. This is the same customizer that did the Brachiosaurus that I reviewed in 2024. So yeah, just one of the best pieces in the Giga here. And that is combined with Mimi, the Carosaurus specimen. This is also from the Dino Park episode, the wall-mounted dino fossil. Just again, now I would not see Mattel releasing this, but could they maybe find a way to include it as an accessory? Like, I just think there are so many possibilities given in Cars on the Road to continue making new exciting diecasts, and 2025 Mattel is very much so shifting away from Cars on the Road and just going for a more expanded universe Cars 1 type of mainline rollout. I don't really get it. There's so much left on the bone from Cars on the Road. I mean, it's only been a couple of years since the show came out, right? So I don't know, that's a whole nother topic for a whole nother day, but let me show you guys a couple of Hot Wheels cars that I obtained. Probably will not be surprised to see either of these, because I'm a big Marvel fan and I get all of the Hot Wheels Marvel character cars. Unfortunately, the character cars seem to be going a little bit by the wayside. They're still making them, but they used to make so many new ones. Again, it's kind of like mini racers. It's a line that they really, Mattel, put a lot of effort into, not only for Marvel, but Star Wars, Disney, and other IPs, intellectual properties, and now it's fizzled out. But Ghost Rider here, awesome. Just so cool to see this guy. I think this would be the Robbie Reyes. I don't know. I mean, Ghost Rider being a motorcycle-driven character, but the Robbie Reyes version of the character drives a, like, Dodge or something, like sedan, cute coupe. It's a car. It's not a bike. That's my main point here. But yeah, this is incredible. Bought it on eBay because these aren't really sold like anywhere anymore. I don't know where people get these things. Like, they're not sold at Target. They're not sold at Walmart. Not really sold at Meijer. The character cars I've seen there are old as hell. And I've seen them at comic book stores. I've seen them at HEB when I was down there. And I found actually some Marvel character cars at Kohl's last year. So I don't know. I was like, you know what? I'm not going to take a gamble. I'm just going to get these on eBay, call it a day. And yeah, Captain America, Brave New World here. A new rendering, a new version of Falcon here is Captain America. It's pretty cool. They've done a lot of versions of Falcon over the years. They did the Falcon the Winter Soldier version of him as well. And obviously there were like 3 versions before even that. And now you have this one, so it's been quite the transformation. And yeah, very excited. This movie comes out for me in a couple days. You know, obviously by the time this video gets uploaded, it will already have been out. I hope it's awesome. Big Marvel fan. It's a big year for Marvel. Oh, actually a couple other mini racer custom items here from Lap and Run. This is also just incredible, but it's basically Space Creature Lightning McQueen, the cloak on the left here that we all know from the 155 scale version with the black eyes there, and kind of like a transition, like it's almost like this reminds me of the 2017 San Diego Comic-Con McQueen set, where you have like the raw McQueen, then you have the red metallic decalus McQueen, and then you have the finalized version. This is like that. You have transparent casing here, then you have the painted white version, and then it's a little bit more refined with the black eyes. So again, just so cool. We'll be doing videos on all this stuff from Lap and Run here. Just Pang has done such an incredible job with all these mini racer customs, and I know they're kind of dipping their toes into some 155 scale stuff, some dinosaur stuff, which would be awesome. Absolutely looking forward to anything they do next here. But let's continue on here with let's do some prototypes. Why not? Couple bagged, couple loose prototypes here. Lots of coated ones, not all coated. This is your like snowy holiday version of Cruz Ramirez. I actually have quite a few of these. I don't even think I bought this. I think it was just included as like a gift because I bought other stuff, because I already do have quite a few of these coated Cruz minis. But this was one that I certainly bought. Patoka was a very rare release for me in 2023. Yeah, wow, that's already 2 years ago now almost that this guy came out. I only ever found one in store, and yeah, it's a pretty nice looking Thailand variant from what I can see here on the prototype. I wish I had found more so I could have opened one up. Maybe in the future. I actually think I might do that just because of... Actually, no, I think I did. Didn't I open one up? I did, didn't I? Yeah. I did a video on that. Wow. So much to keep track of now. But yeah, cool little coated prototype there. And guys, I have a wild revelation here for you. So, here you have Lightning Ramon, Thailand variant, coming out here. Maybe even out by the time this video comes out. He's a little dusty. But you might remember I showed you a coated prototype of Lightning Ramon in the last Giga haul. And that is this right here. So now I have two completely different color tones. One's just a kind of reddish orange, like the hydraulic version of him in 2015. And then the other one's more like the original from, you know, China in 2007, 2008, 2009. It's a little bit more red and metallic, right? So I don't know which one will be the final version they released. We have seen this guy packaged, and I will say it looks a little bit more like this, but that very well could be a prototype in the packaged stock image. The windows are also completely different as well. This guy's got blue windows, which I will confidently say will not be on the finalized version. So I would lend myself to believe that this version here on the left is actually the real deal, even though I think a lot of us would probably prefer the metallic version that might be a little bit more accurate to the movie and matches a little bit more what we remember from the Chinese version of Lightning Ramon. But let's actually take a look and compare these date stamps. Maybe that will shed some light on it. So T44A means he was produced on or during the 44th week of 2024. This one here is T39. So this one was made before, and yet I am declaring, or at least theorizing, hypothesizing, that this will be the finalized version. I don't know. I could be very wrong. Maybe I'm biased because of the windows here, but you know, the windows could easily be swapped out for like these windows, and then you have the complete package. I don't know, guys. Let me know in the comments below, which do you think will be the final release version of Lightning Ramon? But either way, I'm happy to have both of these. I think it's really cool to see that Mattel was testing a couple different colors, and very different. I mean, you're really like metallic versus non-metallic. So yeah, good stuff there. Not as exciting here, but you have Glow Racers, Ramon. God. Fillmore. Got Ramon on the brain here. Whenever I see, this has actually become like one of the rare Glow Racers. I see Ryan and Dan Garcia and Will Rush all the time. And whenever I see Fillmore, it's like kind of refreshing. But yeah, also easy to see his code there on the roof. Here's one you guys might get excited about. Cho, new Thailand variant here for 2025. I'm going to try and get the Giga all out before she is released, just so you guys can enjoy this tease and we can all benefit from the fact that I got this early here. T41A 0033 it looks like, so the 33rd sample. Yeah, I mean, it looks really good. I will review her when she is released and we'll unbox her. The wheels look really nice. I love that pink there. Yeah, this is one that Thailand could thrive with because there aren't really any intricate decals that they could screw up. She's also a unibody, which is awesome. No eye plate, no mouth plate. Feels like the side view mirrors are plastic though. The wing is obviously plastic. Exhaust pipes, no one needs license plates in Tokyo. But yeah, and in like perfect condition. And then another one that fits the same bill is Lightning McQueen here with shovel, so a brand new Thailand variant that we'll be getting along with Cho. They might be in the same case. I'm not sure. Either way, they're coming out very soon here, the first half of the year. And yeah, this is one I think a lot of people will have issue with. He does have the eye plate. They still haven't corrected the color of the shovel. Supposed to be yellow. I mean, it's not hard to see in the movie. I don't know why. Maybe it is because the artwork that Pixar provided Mattel shows him with the gray shovel. And maybe that was just early renderings. But if that was an early rendering, I mean, that thing is old. As that's a dinosaur of a rendering. That would have been like a 2004, 2005 rendering of Lightning McQueen with shovel that we see on the packages, right? With the gray shovel. And you're telling me we can't like update that and get the yellow accurate shovel? I think a lot of people would have gushed over a Thailand variant if it ended up being accurate with the yellow shovel. But either way, still nice. I love all the grit and the dirt that has spattered up on him, the asphalt. I mean, he is really dirty. I don't remember the Chinese version being this mucked up. And obviously, we'll do the review of him when the time comes as well. I'll never skip a Thailand variant of McQueen, a new one that is. There's a couple I missed, like Finish Line Lightning McQueen, but I'll get to him hopefully in the future. While we're on the topic of Lightning McQueens, here is your space creature Lightning McQueen, but the underneath of him, which is basically Cryptid Buster Lightning McQueen without the gear. You got the holes there. I have seen, I think someone on eBay has this prototype, but also with the white cloak, and that's coded as well, which is pretty cool. It's like they do code like everything that is going to get released. Like we saw with My Name's Not Chuck in my last video, my last gig haul, they coded the tires, the tool cart, and My Name's Not Chuck himself. So interesting stuff there. And hey, why not another McQueen? The last one of the video, I think. Cactus Lightning McQueen. So this was basically the Lightning McQueen with shovel of 2024. New Thailand variant. Yeah, it looks pretty good. I'm just glad all the codes that, in this video at least, are very visible. I know there were a couple that you kind of really have to squint your eyes to see. They've either worn off or they were placed in the bad spot. But all the ones here so far have been great. And I'm always excited when I get a prototype like this of a car I don't have already loose from Thailand. And that is exactly the deal. Trust me, I know for sure. It's not a Patoka situation where I was wrong. I know for sure I don't have Roger Wheeler here, the Dinoco crew chief, loose from Thailand. So this is, kind of a two birds with one stone situation. And he looks really good. Yeah, I mean, maybe I'll review, because I got Luke Pellework coded prototype from Thailand. Now I got this guy, so it's a good little match up there. Looking good. Speaking of match up, I got the Ghost Twins that I still see peg warming to this day, very sadly. I don't know who's who here. I guess the only way to find out would be to see which one aligns with their name tag on the packaging, like which name or which car is below, like Lisa, which car is below Louise. So I can't tell here. Don't have the license plates numbered or memorized. Rememorized. Yeah, that makes sense, Mr. Docket. I had to get both of them. 1016, 0017 would be cool if they were back to back, but they are, I would assume, technically different characters here, even though they are pretty identical. Although the bow on the top, maybe it just spun around, but it's definitely in a different position. Oh, I almost dropped her. Wow, good little snag there. But yes, the license plates are different. If we could focus, just like Mia and Tia's are. 18A versus 18B. And yeah, let me know in the comment section below. Is Lisa A? Is Lisa B? Let me know. Let's do this guy here real quick. A non-coated prototype. This is an Ice Racer Rip Klitschgonski chassis. Just the bare mold. Got it on eBay. It's very cheap. And yes, you could technically say, well, Mr. Docket, I could take my Ice Racer Rip Klitschgonski, drill out the rivets, disassemble them, put them in acid, strip all the paint off, and I could make the exact same thing. And yes, you're absolutely correct, but this is from a very reliable source who I've gotten a lot of prototypes from in the past, and it was also very cheap. So, and this will become an integral piece for a series on my channel in the future. You might be able to guess, you might not. I mean, it is kind of vague what I just said there, but I use this. This is, yeah, it's definitely given me its value so far, so I'm not upset. Even if it somehow were fake, which it's not. Trust me. Source, trust me, bro. Glow Racers Mater. Where's the code on this guy? Oh, there it is. Very odd spot all the way in the back here, but kind of makes sense, I guess. Wow, that is a stiff hook right there. Let's get that out of there. I mean, there isn't a ton of other. Maybe right there would have been better, but usually the Mater codes go right where the headset is, so understandable. This might be like, I have almost every Glow Racer coded now. It's kind of weird that so many of the Glow Racers have snuck out coded. You know, I got Fillmore, I know I got Ryan, I got Will, I got Cruz. I had Chase. I might have sold my Chase, actually. I'm not big on them. And I have Ramon. I don't have Jackson. Who else? I don't know. Maybe I do have all of them besides Jackson. All right, anywho. Here we have Sally, the wintertime snowflake Sally, whatever. Coded, dropped. Jesus, Mr. Docket. I think I already have one of these as well. Maybe I don't. I don't know. I actually don't think I have one of these, so that's cool. It's another kind of facet of engineering coded prototypes that is very saturated. Like, there's a lot of Christmas holiday minis that have snuck out with codes. There's a lot of Glow Racers that have snuck out with codes. I don't know the rhyme or reason behind it, but here we have another Mater. This one's really heavy. It is Cave Mater. And yep, the code is right where I was telling you. That one's a little hard to see, but yeah, it looks good. I feel like this one has a lot more green right here. Does the finalized version have that much green right there? I don't know. I'm definitely going to have to look at it, do a side-by-side comparison. I just feel like maybe not on that side as much, but a lot of green right there that I'm not used to seeing. And I would contend, yeah, this is probably the 2024 version, not the 2025 version, in which you got re-released in case P. This one I'm really excited about because I think Squat's super underrated as a character in release. I mean, only one case, right? No, I think two cases. Case, was it L and M? Either way, still underrated if she was in both. And yeah, everyone just kind of sleeps on her. I mean, she's not getting a re-release anytime soon. Unlike Jeremy, you know, who got a re-release, Chieftas got a re-release, Squat just kind of living on their own. I mean, Randy got a re-release, Mato, Quadratorkasaur, a lot of those Cars on the Road characters getting second releases. Squat, no, just vibing, right? I mean, Nile Speedcone, you know, getting multiple releases. Obviously, Gearston Marshall. Kind of, you know, might end up like a Byron Crashforth when it's all said and done. Like, a lot of people glossed over them at the time because there were cooler characters being released alongside them. But yeah, when we look back, like, I think a lot of people will appreciate the uniqueness of Squad with all these spikes that are rubber. All right, moving on here. We have Kabuto with Flames. Let's see, is this the new one or is this the 2023 version? Yeah, this is definitely the 2023 version, S11A. If it was the new version, it would 100% say like T. Yeah, it would 100% say T something. But still really cool. And again, all these codes have just been super visible for the most part. This goes to show how bendy this flame is actually. And yeah, it's kind of coming unattached a little bit. But yeah, back in the day, the flame probably would have broken if I was bending it like this. But this one's just such a different material. All right, and then we got one more of these. It is none other than Gabriel. I think, guys, I'm sorry. Gabriel and Aiden, I get them mixed up frequently. But I think this is Gabriel. And yes, he's got a code there on his hood. Nice little mini. I think I have another trainee or two coded. Don't think I have this one specific though. All right, so I think that does it for all the prototypes. You guys are probably wondering, so what did you get in Spain? Because I don't think you got any of those prototypes, in Spain. So I got a bunch of packaged international cards here. Let's start ripping through them here. The first one being Ernie Gearston. I found this one at the airport, in fact. And so that's why it doesn't have like the sticker from the supermarket or whatever, the department store, which I'll show you here soon. This was at like the duty-free store. It was so crazy. I was in there getting a water. I actually just wanted, it was such a weird store. I mean, I guess I shouldn't have gone in there like looking for that. Could have gone to a different store. But I thought they would have like some cold beverages. All the waters were warm. It was so hot in there. It was disgusting, sweating like a stuck pig. But I look over while I'm in line with the water and I see it. Like little toy section. I'm like, no way. I can't believe that's in here. And sure enough, they had like one pack of cars. It was full. And some of them I had found already at the department store. Thank God. Because at that point, I had 13 cars in my backpack. And I had a ton of souvenirs. My stuff was packed. Like I really did not think I'd be able to squeeze much more into it. And somehow I was able to squeeze 4 more from the duty-free store in the airport in Barcelona into my backpack. And Ernie was the lucky one that made it out pretty, I guess a little crease there, but pretty unscathed. And yep, international. So it's, yeah, I mean, seeing an old stock image like that is pretty cool. That's why I thought it was worth getting all these international cards, because you get to see some stock images that you don't always see. Like, I don't think we've seen that on anyone else's card back. Correct me if I'm wrong. But unfortunately, not everyone survived the trip so seamlessly. Now, some of these were already in not great condition. Actually, Nile Speed Cone here, probably, yeah, I mean, besides a little wear on the bottom, which I think was already there, because they don't really hang these up on pegs. And you'll see in the next episode of The Hunt, but a lot of them are just laid on the shelf. So you do get shelf wear. But yeah, you can see they put these ugly stickers on here from the department store. The one that I went to was El Corte Inglés, which is the English court. You can see Madrid there. I think that might be the whole address for the store. You could see the product code there, the price, which, yep, that is expensive as hell. Did not enjoy that, but tax is baked into that, guys. So you have to remember, I know a lot of people always say, like, hey, Mr. Docket, it's so much more expensive in the UK, in Europe, wherever, Australia. And maybe in Australia it's different. Maybe somewhere else in the European Union it's different. But Spain, they put the tax in the price that you see. So when you go to check out, it's not like you're going to get charged more than what you had saw on the peg or had seen on the pegs. That $8.50 is what you're walking away with. That is what you owe. The tax is included in that. And so that's something I was not expecting. So you have to keep that in mind. Here in the United States, if you see that it's $8.50 for something, it's actually probably like $10, maybe a little less than that. Tax varies literally wherever you are. You could be standing in a store, go 2 minutes away, and the tax is slightly different. Just how it goes. But yes, Nile Speed Cone, 2025 release. Yeah, I mean, it actually kind of nice to see that Spain is caught up and got 2025 stuff. I mean, that's pretty much what I'm seeing here in the States. I haven't found much of Case Q yet, which would be the third case of 2025. Jessica Carville, a car that I've only found one of here in the United States, and the package was shattered. It was mangled. The blister was cracked. So this was cool to see Jessica Carville. Very ugly with the choking hazard and the labels, but I will take it. I'm not going to complain about it. And I figured, as far as transporting these and Nile Speed Cone, they're pretty thin. So they were a little bit easier to squeeze into the old luggage. Because I didn't actually check any bags. I had my carry-on, I had my personal item, which is my backpack. So I had like a little suitcase in my backpack, had a bunch of other Spain souvenirs, some clothes that I bought, and 17 package singles. So yeah, I got 2 Jessica Carvilles. I think I might sell one, maybe not. Here we have Winford, Bradford, Rutherford, the RPM Racer, 2025 release here. Another one that, in all fairness to myself, sound like they got trashed. There's one that I'm kind of upset about, but these are pretty much how they looked in the store. There weren't any mint cards in El Corte Inglés. A lot of them looked like they had been there a while. Logan Gearsall, another fantastic find in my opinion over there. There was actually quite a few of him on the pegs. I have not found this car in terms of the 2024 release, that is, at all. Okay, I have found some of the 2025 Logan Gearsall, but I haven't found a single 2024 Logan, which also speaks to I have not found any of 2024 Singles Case L, and we'll get into that here a little bit more momentarily. But yes, so Logan was a good find here, even though the 2025 version seems to be a lot more common. So I did get 2 of him. Seems like he's peg warming a little bit over in Spain. So I helped you guys out. Bought 2. This is the one I'm a little upset about. This was from the duty-free store in the airport. Tony Motorfeld, probably the best car I found there in terms of just variety. A car that I have only found like 1 of, 2 of maybe in the United States, between 2 states, 1,000 miles apart, Texas, Illinois. And yeah, I got a big crease right there. Not ideal, but it is what it is. It's not like, I would have chosen not to buy him had I known like the only way to get him home was to incur some damage like that. Like I would just be like, all right, whatever, I accept it, move on. Also got Otis from the duty-free store. See, like, why couldn't it happen to Otis instead of Tony Motorfeld? Otis got lucky. He ended up, and I strategically placed him like on the inside where I thought he would be. Like I had Otis like on the outside, Tony was here, Ernie was here, and like Donna Pitts was here. Spoiler alert. And yeah, it was did not work out. Not a good strategy. But yeah, Otis, Donna Pitts, who only incurred a little damage here in this corner. This is the 2020. What? Donna Pitts. When was she released? Is this the 2024 version? Guys, I am blanking out into oblivion right now. 2024, when was she released? I know she was released at the end of 2023 in the Case L with Jay Schuster, Randy, and Greg Candyman. When was she released in 2024? Guys, I am just utterly blanking on that. Wow. Embarrassing. And you're welcome. I took a Gearston Marshall off your hands. One of the biggest peg warmers seemingly across the world at this point. I know in Australia from Astro Smokey it is. But yeah, Gearston Marshall there. I didn't discriminate. I just got 1 of every one that I found. And 2 of Jessica and Logan. And 1 other. Dave Alternators, Revolting, Cars 1. This is 2025 here. A little snarled up there, but it's Dave Alternators. I don't really care. Keeping with the Piston Cup, here we have Billy Oil Changer for Octane Game. And these labels are ugly, and whatever this label was, I don't know why they're all torn off. Like, was that necessary? Like, someone from Spain tell me what that label originally was and why it was just so bad that they needed to rip them off. This was probably my best find because it's one of the rarer cars from 2024 at this point. Not released in the United... Well, yes, okay. It was released in the United States in the 12-count case at Walmart, but I didn't find that at all. Did not hit Target stores. So, yeah, GRC Max Schnell, pretty coveted. And, yeah, spoiler alert, though, he is coming back in 2025 eventually. I haven't announced that yet. This is the first time I'm saying that. So his rarity will decrease, but right now, so I guess, yeah, hold off on buying him on eBay, guys. Don't pay more than you have to if you don't want to, because he'll be coming back in a couple future cases this year. But nonetheless, it's cool to get his 2024 release here. That, yeah, I mean, looks really nice. Not great cards, but I will take it. All right, two more guys. Concluding case L here with Union Jack Ramon. Another one I have not found at all in the United States and made it over pretty good. Again, like, why do we have to do that? It just ruins it. Oh my God, none of those labels came off cleanly. Another pretty nice stock image there, although it's actually wrong. They're showing you Body Shop Union Jack Ramon because he's got the paint gun and that expression. This is just regular Union Jack Ramon, so keep that in mind. The artwork's also wrong because you can see the paint gun there. And we have a sheriff here. Yep. So you guys might be thinking, that can't be right, Mr. Dockett. You didn't show us a Lightning McQueen or a Mather or a Cruz Ramirez or a Jackson Storm or any of the main real characters. And that is exactly why my opinion has changed a little bit in terms of case contents. Lightning McQueen made all those main characters sell phenomenally, I guess, over in Spain. There wasn't a single one I saw. Now, I don't have a large sample size, but I thought that was pretty crazy that I didn't see a single Lightning McQueen at all. That's probably why Mattel likes to double pack him, triple pack him, multi-pack him in all these cases, because statistically, he actually sells the best out of anyone. Mater, Cruz, Jackson, they're main characters, guys. They're more popular than a random Jessica Carville or a Donna Pitts no one knows, right? My eyes have been opened a little bit in that regard. We'll talk more about that later, but let's keep chugging along here with the Giga Haul. This is something I don't really care about. Why did I even buy this? Is the newly packaged Glow Racers 4-pack in the new style they're doing for multi-packs where they put almost like a hook card back here. They're doing it for the Walmart 5-packs as well, but I haven't found any of those. But yeah, I mean, I thought if you're going to redo this, like put like a new car in there, like give me another reason to buy it all over again. Like put Chase in there or film more. I don't know, do something. But I guess they're all suckers anyways. They'll buy it no matter what. Yep, and I did. No worries though. I do like the packaging style. It looks cool, and I think it might be more efficient for them. Saves a little bit of cardboard. I have been finding NASCAR Danny Swervez's in Walmart. So character I thought would be a little rare, or release I thought would be a little rare and harder to find, I've actually not really had too much trouble finding. Just usually, it's like I go to one Walmart, find one. Go to another Walmart, find one. Go to another Walmart, find one. Then I kind of like come back in a couple weeks, find another one. Then I go to that next Walmart, find another one. It's like, I don't know. They're just trickling them out. Okay. This pretty cool ad here while we're on the topic of international cards. This is on AliExpress, guys, and it's like 15 to 20 bucks. Can't remember which. It came in like 4 days. Like this was, bam, the fastest thing I've ever received from China. And that's saying a lot because sometimes, 9 days, 8 days, that's pretty good. This was like less than 5 days. It was absurd. And yeah, it's a pretty cool international release here of the Night Vision Lightning McQueen with the collector guide. I guess that's the only way it was released. So not only do you get the name tag with the image of him, his artwork there, you get the exclusive vehicle snipe there, and you get the collector guide, which is in multiple languages. That's probably the best part. I mean, you get a full item that is translated into a bunch of other languages. I won't be opening this for sure, but this is a pretty novel score in my opinion. You got the back here that looks a little bit different. Yeah, so I'm thrilled. I think it's a crazy, just random AliExpress listing to have. I think they maybe had 5 of these in stock or something. Pretty good card condition. It came like shrink wrapped. It was so hard to get out of all that, but hey, I mean, it's relatively good condition. I'll take it for sure. You guys might be wondering, well, what is this, Mr. Dockett? This looks pretty cool. This is a custom flag waver piston cup stand. This is where Dexter Hoover would reside. And yeah, I think it's pretty cool. 3D printed. It was available on Etsy. And yeah, not a ton to say. It'll look good in my display. That was not supposed to rhyme. Yeah, I don't know how accurate this really is, but I think it looks pretty good, and it'll fit in with my little piston cup diorama. So wanted to snag that. And kind of along the same veins, but not custom made, create some space, is this Cozy Cone Motel sign, available in Disneyland, specifically California Adventure, more specifically Cars Land. I had no idea until I saw a bunch pop up on Mercari. It's kind of one of those weird items that, like the popcorn buckets, are much more available on Mercari than anywhere else. Like, for whatever reason, people who get this stuff from the parks love to just sell on Mercari. They don't really venture over to eBay or whatnot. But yeah, this is sick. That was the wrong button. There it is. Yeah, it lights up. The grass is soft. I don't know really what this front button does, to be honest, but I'm sure there's instructions with it. All I know is that this side button here turns it on and off. And yeah, it's quite a bit bigger than the sign that comes with the Precision series, which is non-removable anyways. So yeah, I mean, it's kind of like, yeah, if you don't have the Precision series, you can kind of get a taste of it here. If you do, well, it's a cool little side piece you can display somewhere. I don't know where I'm going to put this. Definitely going to open it, though, because the package is bland as get out. Like, oh my god, who designed this package? Get rid of them. $40, holy cow. I thought I was really overpaying for this thing. I paid like $55 for it on Mercari, which I thought was kind of a lot, but if they're selling these for $40, holy cow, that is kind of ridiculous. But everything in the parks is crazy. Like, the cars are like 10 to 12 bucks, so I guess that tracks. All right. What have I not shown you guys here? We've kind of cooked through a lot of it here. I guess I'll show you a couple of my Case Q finds. And now I'm sure some of the videos, maybe My Name's Not Chuck, Thailand variant, the unboxing of the case will be out. But I'm in a Case Q crisis right now. The original sealed case I had bought over 2 weeks ago is lost in the mail. It hasn't had an update since January 31st, and it shipped on the 23rd, and I'm recording this on February 11th. So we're kind of, it's not good. Yeah, we're in trouble. I have found remnants of the case at about 7 to 8 stores. None of those stores having my name. My Name's Not Chuck's definitely not there. They don't even have Mater with sign. And most of the time, I don't even find Mario Andretti. But the first one that I did find these remnants at, I picked up a couple Mario Andretti's. You guys might be wondering, well, why are you getting, like, what's the point of that, Mr. Docketer? Why do you need 2 Mario Andretti's? I'm just getting them because maybe the ones in the case are on bad cards and I can swap them out and return the bad card ones, because these are basically mint here. But yeah, I probably won't do a Thailand variant review. Maybe I will. I mean, Daryl Cartrip actually did very well, which I was a little surprised about. I was not expecting that video to do so well. I did find one Dexter Hoover with green flag. Took me into like the 7th store to actually find one of these. Otherwise, yeah, he would have been listed along with My Name's Not Chuck and Mater with sign. But every store I go to has a Daryl Cartrip. I don't know why no one likes this guy. I think he's, like the 3rd best car in the case. I think he's better than Dexter and Mario, but not as good as Nicky B or My Name Is Not Chuck. Definitely better than Mater with sign, who just got released last year. But yeah, this is a really nice Thailand variant, as I learned in my review of him. And honestly, maybe it's all meant to be, because I would not have reviewed Daryl Cartrip had this case been delayed and pretty much lost. I found 3 total Nicky B's. The first one mangled, this one, and then the second one even worsely mangled. So I don't know what it is about Nicky B, but some of his cards have just gone, torn up out there. This one is perfect, though, so I happily snagged him. Unfortunately, it feels weird. Like, I can't do anything with him, though. I mean, he was released first from Thailand, and, I'm not going to re-review him. So, here he is. Yeah, I mean, it is weird. Ernie Gearson doesn't appear on any of these card backs. So that's why that stock image on the back of him is so jarring to me. It's like, wow, I haven't seen that before, because they just show you all these other ones here. So, yes, Case Q. Oh, and I've also found several GRC Francescos, which this is new packaging, new for 2025 or new for 2024 is gone, and you just see McQueen and Carla on the back, whereas the last one you just saw, I think, McQueen and Francesco on the back. Because at that point, those were the only two singles out. Now both of them had preceded him in 2025. So yeah, man, it's weird how that works, right? I found way more 2025 GRC Francescos than I have 2024 GRC Francescos. Same for Logan Gearsall. I found, yeah, I feel like I found way more 2024 Randys than I did 2023 Randys. Same thing for Mato. Just weird how the world works like that. I have some more Hot Wheels, actually, I want to show you guys to conclude the gig haul here. Or maybe this won't be the end. Maybe I'll wait for a couple more things to come in. Found a couple of red editions at Target. I don't know how old these are, but they look pretty cool. This one's very unique. I think it's got like a flip-up windshield surfboard. Pretty awesome there. And this is just red edition, but it's all black with red accents. Thought that's kind of unique. Purple Passion, kind of a Hot Wheels classic, is it not? So had to snag that. That's a 2025 release. This is not, though. This was the Carbonator from last year. I finally found some at Macy's. A Toys R Us pop-up within Macy's. Yeah, some ugly labels. But at least they, in the United States here, we have the wherewithal to put them on the back instead of putting them on the front and obscuring the card art. Sorry, Spaniards. Didn't mean to throw you some strays there. I got a few of these Gas Monkey Garage Corvettes. I'm a big Corvette guy, as some of you may know. And yeah, this looks pretty nice. I remember when they did the original version. I actually have an unspun version Air of the original paint job that they did a few years ago. Found most of these ones now at Jewel Osco. Jewel Osco is kind of an absolute Hot Wheels goat. They have so many. Like, they have big dump-ins. They have big cardboard displays. They have them in the regular, like, little toy section. This is pretty cool. I thought this was nice. Caught my eye, but I guess it's kind of old, right? New for 2022. Nice little race car here. I like the gold wheels. I gotta be in the mood for Hot Wheels. Like, sometimes I probably have seen a bunch of these cars before. Oh, my light just went off. But we're gonna keep rolling. I've probably seen a bunch of these cars before over the years. If that one was 2022, and I just was like, nah, I'm good. But when you're at Jewel Osco and you're just kind of vibing, it's like 9 p.m. on a Sunday. It's like, well, let me pick up some of these. And yeah, they had some really nice real life branded models. Dodge Viper here. I thought that was pretty cool color for him. I like to, give out genders to Hot Wheels. It's kind of a Cars habit. And you got the Pontiac Firebird here, the open hood. And probably the best one, this 65 Ford Mustang. Such a unique maroon color there. But that is all I have for you guys for this episode of the Gig Haul. Thank you as always for watching, and let me know in the comment section below, what have you been up to? Have you gotten anything recently? Actually, I will show you a couple more items here. Astro Smokey, he probably would be a set if I didn't show you it, but it's kind of boring. I got a couple Byron Crash for a couple 2024 releases that I've really struggled to find. Like, I haven't found Byron Crash Forth at all in my local stores. I got a couple Snot Rod with Flames from him as well, but stuff you guys have all seen on my channel before. I found that Cars 1 Mac, which I already reviewed, so that's why he's not included. And yeah, that's all I have. You guys are the best. Let me know what you found recently or what you bought online, and we'll talk soon. Thanks. Bye now.